Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satyapal Malik says security advisory for tourists is a precautionary measure. Appeals to all to help maintain calm. Indian Army assures that Pakistani attempts to disrupt the Amarnath Yatra will be foiled. President Ramnath Kovind to interact with the Indian community in Conakry in Guinea. President led the delegation-level talks with his Guinean counterpart and signed 3 MOUs yesterday. Parliament passes Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Bill 2019. Bill has several provisions to curb terrorism. Other important legislations, including also taken up and passed, include the Dam Safety Bill passed in the Lok Sabha. India asks Pakistan for unimpeded consular access to Kulbhushan Jadhav that is free from the fear of intimidation, rejects riders including local officials being present and CCTV recording of the meeting. Supreme Court says mediation proceedings have not resulted in resolution of the Ayodhya land dispute. The apex court to commence day-to-day hearing from the 6th of August. In international news, China vows to take necessary countermeasures to fight US President Donald Trump's latest tariffs against Chinese imports into the US. And in sports, after the World Cup, Virat Kohli's team gets ready for a T20 international on US soil, the first T20 match of the series to be played in Florida today. Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukma in our top story. Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satyapal Malik has asked a delegation of state politicians to maintain calm and not believe in rumors that are circulating in the Kashmir Valley. The governor's statement comes after an advisory by the government asked Amarnath Yatra pilgrims and tourists to cut short their stay and leave amid intelligence inputs of terror threats. The governor has assured that the security advisory issued earlier was a precautionary measure. Meanwhile, airlines have decided to refund tickets booked to the valley. The national carrier has decided to give a full fee waiver on rescheduling or cancellation for all Air India flights to and from Srinagar till the 15th of August. Indigo, Go Air, Vistara and Air Asia have also made similar announcements.
J&K Governor Satyapal Malik quelling uncertainty fueled by unsubstantiated rumors. He met a delegation of political leaders at short notice. Mehbooba Mufti, Shah Faisal, Sajjad Lone and Imran Ansari were part of the delegation.
वो दिल्ली बात करके यहाँ लोगों को जो है इस पे assurance देंगे कि क्या होने वाला है.
The governor made it clear that the advisory issued earlier in the day asking Amarnath Yatris and tourists to return was a precautionary measure based on credible and serious inputs available with the security agencies regarding plans of terror attacks on the Amarnath Yatra. The governor urged political leaders to maintain calm and not mix up a pure security measure with issues which it has no concern. Earlier in a press conference, Lieutenant General Dhillon said that during search operation, the teams of Indian Army, the CRPF and the Jammu and Kashmir Police found huge cache of arms and ammunition bearing mark of a Pakistan ordnance factory. Lieutenant General Dhillon asserted that they will never let Pakistan succeed in its nefarious intentions.
Confirmed intelligence reports that terrorists backed by Pakistan Army and Pakistan are trying to disrupt, target the Shri Amarnath Ji Yatra which is going on. Caches of ammunition, explosives and weapons have been recovered along these routes, and a Pakistan Army's mine has been recovered in these searches from the caches, which clearly indicates that Pakistan Army is involved in terrorism in Kashmir.
Meanwhile, the DM of Srinagar has assured people that there are sufficient stocks of essential commodities and urged them to not indulge in panic buying and hoarding. The major airlines in the country have responded to DGCA's call to refund tickets booked to the valley. The need of the hour is to maintain calm and ensure that the nefarious intentions of terrorists fueled from across the border are defeated. With Salman Qazi, Bureau Report, DD News.
And now moving on, 3 significant bills were passed by the Rajya Sabha yesterday. These include the Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Bill 2019, the Repealing and Amending Bill 2019 and the Code on Wages 2019. The UAPA bill empowers law enforcement authorities to deal more effectively with terrorism and investigations into terror-related incidents. The Lok Sabha also passed 3 bills. They include the Jallianwala Bagh National Memorial Amendment Bill 2019, the Dam Safety Bill 2019 and the Airports Economic Regulatory Authority of India Amending Bill 2019. India has asked Pakistan to provide unimpeded consular access to Kulbhushan Jadhav in an environment free from the fear of intimidation and reprisal in the light of the orders of the International Court of Justice. India has also rejected riders, including local officials being present and CCTV recording of the meeting. This comes after Pakistan offered India consular access to Jadhav 2 weeks after the Hague-based ICJ ordered it to do the same without further delay. With mediation into the Ayodhya dispute failing for a 4th time, the Supreme Court will now hear the Ayodhya land dispute case on a daily basis. From the 6th of this month, the court also told the registry office that it should keep all the material ready for the purpose of the court to hear the case on a daily basis. The SC has clarified that proceedings in this case will go on till a solution is found. The decision has been welcomed by all parties concerned. The 5-member Constitution bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi will hear a total of 14 pleas that have been filed in the Supreme Court against the 2010 Allahabad High Court order. The court ruled for a 3-way division of disputed area between Sunni Waqf Board, the Nirmohi Akhara and Ram Lalla. In Jammu and Kashmir, a gunfight between terrorists and security forces is underway at Warpora Sopore area in North Kashmir's Baramulla district. Meanwhile, yesterday in Shopian, an encounter took place in which 1 terrorist was gunned down. The body of the slain terrorist has been retrieved. Identified as Zinatul Islam, the killed terrorist was affiliated with proscribed terror outfit JEM. He was involved in a series of terror attacks on security establishments and civilian killings. Mobile internet services remained suspended yesterday in the district as a precautionary measure. In latest updates from flood-ravaged Assam, heavy rains in the past 24 hours have again inundated areas of Chirang district. Flash floods and landslides in the district are causing havoc. In Dabilil village, more than 75 houses have been reported destroyed. Many villages have been evacuated as homes were destroyed, forcing people to take shelter in the BPF team office. More than 300 people are displaced as all access to the village is shut. The death toll in the present wave of flooding stands at 88. In Odisha, meanwhile, incessant rains in Malkangiri have caused a flood-like situation. With water levels rising in the rivers, several bridges in low-lying areas have been submerged. Adequate food materials have been kept in storage, while food shelters have also, flood shelters have also been kept ready for any exigency. Keeping in view the inclement weather, the district administration has ordered closure of all schools in the district today and tomorrow. The University Grants Commission has recommended granting of Institution of Eminence status to Delhi University, Hyderabad University, BHU and IIT Madras and Kharagpur, while the recommendation for Jadavpur University in Kolkata and Anna University in Chennai has been subjected to consultation with the respective state governments. 6 others have been recommended for issue of letter of intent for the status. The decision was taken at a meeting of the University Grants Commission, where the report of the Empowered Expert Committee was considered. Among the universities that have failed to make the cut to acquire status of eminence are Aligarh Muslim University, Ashoka University, Azim Premji University, Tejpur University in Assam, Punjab University, Andhra University and Indian Institute of Public Health in Gandhinagar. And in international news, China's new UN ambassador Zhang Jun has warned US over the prevailing trade tensions. Zhang clarified that China's position is very clear, saying that whatever step the United States takes, they will respond in the same manner. The remarks came after US President Donald Trump slapped 10% tariff on $300 billion worth of Chinese imports yesterday. The new UN ambassador also termed the move as an irresponsible and irrational act. He urged the United States to come back to the right track in finding the right solution in the right way. US President Donald Trump has said that Washington is in talks with Russia about a new pact on nuclear weapons. He also suggested getting the new pact signed by both Russia and China. His comments come after the US withdrew from the landmark 1987 arms control treaty with Russia on Friday. The Cold War era Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces or INF treaty banned missiles with ranges of 500 to 5,500 kilometers. The US withdrawal followed accusations by Washington that Russia had violated the pact by deploying a new type of cruise missile. Moscow has denied this. The European Union has picked Bulgaria's Kristalina Georgieva as the bloc's candidate to lead the International Monetary Fund after more than 12 hours of talks, which highlighted the EU's internal divisions. The 65-year-old chief executive of the World Bank got the backing of a majority of the 28 EU states, defeating the Dutch candidate after 2 rounds of voting and prolonged negotiations among EU nations. The former IMF chief, Francis Christine Lagarde, resigned in July after EU leaders chose her to be appointed as European Central Bank president. Candidates for the head of the IMF can be fielded until the 6th of September, following which the IMF plans to select its new head by October 4th. And our news from Saudi Arabia. After the lifting of the ban on women driving last year, authorities in the country have announced that women can be granted passports and travel abroad without the consent of their male guardians. From now on, a Saudi passport can be issued to any citizen who applies for it, and any person above the age of 21 does not need permission to travel. The amendments to regulations also grant women for the first time the right to register childbirth, marriage or divorce, and to be issued official family documents and be eligible as a guardian to children who are minors. Decisions taken by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman are being seen as part of a push to open up the conservative Muslim kingdom and transform the economy. This week marks the anniversary of the current Ebola outbreak centered in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. First declared on the 1st of August 2018, it has sickened more than 2,500 people, killing close to 1,700, making it the second worst outbreak after 2014 and 2016, which had killed more than 11,000 people in Africa. On July 17th, WHO had declared it a public health emergency of international concern. Despite vaccination and treatment efforts, people continue to get infected and die. And we now go back once again to our top story about how Governor Satyapal Malik has assured that the security advisory issued for Jammu and Kashmir was a precautionary measure. We speak to our correspondent Salman Qazi, who joins us for more on the phone line. Salman, a very good morning to you. After yesterday's rapid developments, the governor has assured that the security advisory issued was a precautionary measure. What is the situation? Take us through it as it exists now in the valley.
I think late last night there was a meeting between Mahbooba Mufti, there was a delegation of Mahbooba Mufti, Shah Faisal, Sajjad Lone and Imran Raza Ansari They went and met the governor late last night, and the governor gave them an audience. And very soon after that, there was a press release that was issued by the Raj Bhavan. The governor administration, the governor has said that they had credible and serious inputs that there would be targeting of tourists and yatris in the J&K, and the advisory was a result of that, and it should not be linked with any exaggerated rumors about what has been rumors about Article 35A or some other constitutional scheme. So it was a very unprecedented for the Raj Bhavan to release a press release that late night. But there was a situation that they were responding to after yesterday. There had been an advisory that advised the tourists and the yatris to leave Kashmir as soon as possible. There had been a panic which had engulfed the whole of Kashmir Valley, especially Srinagar. There were long lines in front of petrol pumps to get the fuel, the ATM and ATMs, and the people were stocking up at essential medicines and groceries. So the administration therefore they took the bull by the horns and did release a press release, which I think would calm a lot of nerves, because there have been these for the last 1 week there have been a lot of newspaper reports and also rumors about that there's an impending change in the status of the Article 35A, and therefore a lot of paramilitaries are being rushed to the Kashmir to take care of the law and order situation that might arise out of it. But Governor has come out 2 times and said that these are routine administrative and security measures, and they should not be linked with they should not be narrativized through rumor mongering and therefore play into the hands of people who don't want peace in Kashmir. So this was a very important message, and I think there would be much more calm today. But the race still yet to begin fully. But I think a lot of nerves would have calmed.
Right. Well, Salman, however, shocking revelation by the army and security forces, especially considering that they're putting mines on the route of the Amarnath Yatra. Truly, the levels to which Pakistan is stooping at this point are shocking for every Indian.
Yeah, definitely. There was a press conference that was done by the Corps Commander of the Chinar Corps and the DGP Police, they showed that they showed an anti-personnel mine and a sniper rifle. They said that these are the things that they have. These are among the things that they have taken from their search operations along the route of Yatra, and they said that this is a serious provocation, and they said that Pakistan is still, despite its rhetoric, it's still wanting to target yatris and tourists and basically target the peace in the valley. So definitely these were the huge revelations, and I think that was a very important press conference. And even in that press conference, they also said that lots of these paramilitaries and deployment, these are routine administrative matters and security matters, and they should not be seen in terms of other things. These are routine security needs, and whenever the government feels that there are needs for such things, they do come up with these things.
Right, well, Salman, and give us the status update on the encounter which we believe is on in Sopore in Malpanpora. Well, we seem to have lost contact there with our correspondent Salman Qazi, who took us through the situation in the valley after the issue of the advisory requesting of the government requesting Amarnath pilgrims to cut short their stay and return. Meanwhile, it's time now in the bulletin to take a look at our sports stories. Back on the road following their unfulfilled World Cup campaign, India will begin their preparations for the T20 showpiece event next year with a 3-match series against the West Indies starting on Saturday. As Captain Virat Kohli pointed out before leaving for the Caribbean tour, the main objective of the T20s and the subsequent ODI series against the West Indies is to try out the fringe players who are on selectors' minds.
India head into their all-format tour of West Indies this weekend with more on their mind than simply winning a couple of T20s. For Virat Kohli's side, and indeed for the West Indies, it is a chance to pick up the pieces after a disappointing ODI World Cup in England and put behind them the recent talk of splits in the camp. Kohli's confidant Ravi Shastri is on borrowed time before the appointment of a new coach. Former captain MS Dhoni has skipped the tour to do military service, while Kohli this week has had to dismiss talk of rift with prolific opening batsman Rohit Sharma. Unlike the visitors, West Indies went into World Cup as one of the outsiders, and despite a resounding victory over Pakistan to open their campaign, they slide down to 9th in their final standings amid much disaffection and rancor among their die-hard supporters over the repeated manner in which they surrendered potential winning positions. Now, with an eye on building towards the defense of their World T20 title in Australia in 15 months' time, they have welcomed back experienced franchise globetrotters in all-rounder Kieron Pollard and spinner Sunil Narine. Carlos Brathwaite is back as captain. There is no Chris Gayle in Florida as he is hard at work in Global T20 even in Canada. India will start favourite across all 3 formats, although West Indies are expected to be at their most competitive and explosive in the T20s. All in all, expect an edge-of-the-seat thriller. Sports Desk, TD News.
And in football, the world's best footballer Lionel Messi will not be playing again for Argentina this year after he was handed a suspension and fined for his criticism of South American Football Confederation. The Barcelona superstar accused the South American governing body of being corrupt during the Copa America. He was already banned 1 game, a World Cup qualifier, in the wake of the row, but further punishment has been dished out. Messi will be given a 3-month ban from international duty, which will see him miss Argentina's friendlies with Chile and Mexico in September and Germany in October. The 32-year-old superstar was shown a red card in the third-place playoff against Chile at the start of July. Argentina won the game, but Messi fumed and did not appear on the pitch for the medal ceremony. When asked why he was not present, he told reporters at the time, "Because we do not have to be part of this corruption, this lack of respect towards the whole Copa." Soccer fans in South Korea are taking legal action to seek compensation after Cristiano Ronaldo failed to play in a friendly during Juventus's pre-season tour in Seoul last week. Ronaldo had been contracted to play at least 45 minutes against K-League All-Stars, according to event organizers, but ultimately he sat out the entire game at a packed Seoul World Cup stadium. An online community was formed on South Korea's web portal to protest Ronaldo's lack of participation, and 2 members reached out to lawyer Kim Min-ki to file a lawsuit against the match organizers. The lawsuit is seeking compensation of 70,000 won per ticket, 1,000 won for the ticket commission fee and 1 million won each for compensation for mental anguish. On to news from badminton. B. Sai Praneeth sailed into the quarterfinals and stormed into the last 8 round with a comfortable 21-18, 21-19 win over compatriot Shubhankar Dey. Kidambi Srikanth, Parupalli Kashyap and HS Pranoy crashed out in the second round. Srikanth lost to Khosit Phetpradab of Thailand, Kashyap to Chu Tien Chen of China and Pranoy to Kenta Nishimoto of Japan. In the women's singles 7th seed, Saina Nehwal, who returned to action after nearly 2 months, squandered a game advantage to lose against unseeded Sayaka Takahashi of Japan in the second round. In mixed doubles, the pair of Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty moved into the quarterfinals after registering a straight game win over Indonesian combination of Fajar Alfian and Muhammad Rian Argianto. The Indian duo will next play qualifiers Choi Sol-gyu and Seo Seung-jae of Korea tomorrow. Time now for the weather report.